What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, I'm your host, by the way, Slackerz. Nobody cares. But, today I just want to talk about something a little, I don't know, fun, so to speak. Sort of like a, let's settle this. Who are you gonna pick? So, if Nintendo happens to approach you and says, alright, here are the companies that you can pick to have a rep in Super Smash Bros., but you can only pick one character from each of these companies. And I have 12 of these gaming companies, and you can see them all here on screen. So basically, the idea is pick one character. Who is it going to be? You get one from Nintendo, one from Bandai, one from Capcom, Activision, Square, Sega, Microsoft, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Koei Tecmo, EA, and indie characters all in a big group. So 12 companies? Yeah, we'll put it like that. 12 gaming companies, 12 gaming studio franchises, whatever you want to say. But you can only pick one character from each company. Who are you going to pick? Settle it now. Let me know in the comments. Again, if you do not like any of these companies, you could just tell me nothing. You know, you don't want to see a rep. And if there's any companies that you really do want to see, because look, I only have 12, but there are so many more numerous studios and companies out there that aren't included on this, but I just wanted to go with 12 for today. So let's start things off by going over my picks for all 12 of these companies. First up, from Nintendo, if you've been a fan of my channel, or just if you've been on my channel, you know Waluigi is my number one most wanted. For this one, it's none of this matters for fun, all right? If you want to see a character, who cares what is, their status currently is. Are they a assist trophy? Doesn't matter. Do they have a Mii outfit already in the game? Doesn't matter. Are they a boss? Doesn't matter. Are they a spirit? Doesn't matter. It's just who your personal preference is. Do you want to see this character in Smash Bros? If yes, put them down. So for me, Nintendo, Waluigi, my number one most wanted character since before Brawl. That's been how long I've wanted this character. I didn't jump on the bandwagon because he's a meme. No, I truly like this character. I like the quirky attitude. I like the potential movesets that you can come up with. And it's not just Mario Kart spin-off games. It's not just sports themed movesets. I created a moveset a while back. There's a lot you can really do with the character. So for me, Nintendo, if I could only have one Nintendo character that gets put in for Smash, Waluigi's my pick. So let's move on to Bandai Namco. Who am I picking from Bandai? Bandai's got a lot of great... they got a lot of great franchises. They really do. There's a lot to pick from. And kind of weird that we still only have one Bandai rep that's actually playable in Smash Bros. Even with the fact that they've been working on Smash with Nintendo since, Wii U and 3DS, and now Ultimate, that's 3 straight Smash games. I guess Wii U and 3DS came out pretty much very close at the same time, 2 months apart, whatever. But they've been working on it forever. How do we still only have one Bandai rep? We need a second Bandai rep. Now, this one could be a little controversial, but again, these are my opinions, my picks, so they're probably wrong to a lot of you because you don't agree with my opinions, which is fine, whatever, no big deal. Let's have a conversation, not just throw out opinions everywhere. So, yeah, my pick, Bandai, I would love to see Digimon, and I'm going to go with Agumon. I know you could bring up Soul Calibur, you could bring up Tekken, you could bring up Tales of, you could bring up so many other series, other franchises, but Digimon, I'd love to finally see that Pokemon versus Digimon battle happen, Agumon versus Pikachu. That'd be so cool for me, personally, as just a gaming fan to see. So, Agumon gets my pick for Bandai. So, we get to now move on to Capcom. Now, this one was a bit tricky for me. I really had to, kind of sit back and think, but ultimately, I'm going to go with Leon Kennedy from the Resident Evil series. Now, why am I going with this? I've stated this numerous times. Resident Evil 4 is one of my all-time favorite games. Leon being the main character of the game. Just so great personality, great you can come up with great movesets that don't even have to revolve really solely based on, guns. He's got suplexes, he's got roundhouse kicks, you can do first aid sprays, you can do, obviously, weapons would be in the moveset, probably, would make sense. It is Resident Evil after all, but I'm just saying it's not all weapons. Capcom, Resident Evil, big franchise. A lot of people think it could happen. I do. So Leon, he gets my pick for if Capcom were to get it represented for, Smash DLC going forward from the future from here on out. Leon would be my pick. I would like to see him as the Capcom rep. So that means that we should move on to, what is this? Square Enix. There we go. How did I forget that? Square Enix, who would I want to see? This one is actually very tough for me. Very tough, very tricky. It came down to two characters. Obviously, you see my pick on screen. I'm going with Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I want to see this. I want to see it. I'm a big fan of Geno. That's who it kind of came down to for me, is either Sora or Geno. I've been a fan of Geno since Super Mario RPG. That's also a very, very well-made game. Yeah, maybe Geno isn't the best, most popular character amongst the Smash community, but I still hope he makes it in. But Sora, I couldn't pass up that opportunity. If Nintendo came to me and said, all right, we are guaranteed to get one Square character. I know he's kind of Disney as well, but if we were guaranteed to have one Square character, who do you pick? I'd have to go Sora. I'd love to see this guy. Just a fantasy character that you never think would happen. Maybe it finally does. Who knows? Smash can have all sorts of different secrets that we're not expecting. So, yeah, Sora would be my Square rep. Easy, all day. Next up, let's go to Activision. Now, some people out there, and I completely understand why, don't like Activision as a company. We're not here to get into that. I'm just saying. Again, this whole premise of the video is if Nintendo approaches you and says, all right, these are the 12 companies we can have get a new rep from into Smash Bros, but we can only have one per company. Who do you pick? I want to see Crash Bandicoot. Spyro is a close second. I love Spyro, but I like Crash Bandicoot just a bit more. He's popular. Moveset just fits. I mean, moveset is easy to come up with. Popularity is definitely there. It just, style-wise, he fits so well. Plus, we could finally have that sort of Sony versus Nintendo, Crash versus Mario kind of game. Oh, I would love that. Crash has come back in the recent years with the Insane Trilogy, and then Crash Bandicoot, the Team Racing Nitro Fueled thing a couple months ago. Come on. If you, I know people don't like Activision, but if Activision were to get a rep, my one sole pick for Activision would be Crash. Now we move on to Shadow the Hedgehog, Sega. Sega was another company that was a little tricky, a little difficult for me to try to come up with, but ultimately I settled on, I want to see a second Sonic character in. And whether you go Shadow as an Echo Fighter, which does work, or whether you go with a unique version of himself, which is very easy to come up with as well. Sure, he might share some similarities to Sonic, but I can't pass up having Shadow in the game. I mean, yeah, he's in the game, but I can't pass up the chance for him to be a playable rep. I almost went Tails here. I love Tails, and I would love to see Sonic have his little, his best buddy Tails by his side, and we can do some insane sort of, duos matches, Mario and Luigi versus, like, Sonic and Tails, Link and Zelda against Sonic. You get where I'm going with that. So, ultimately, though, I think I went Shadow. I like the villain aspect a bit more to the character, and that's something I really want to see. So, Shadow gets my vote if Sega only gets one more rep for Smash Bros. Now let's move on to Ubisoft. This one was pretty simple for me. Ubisoft has a couple contenders, I'd say. Obviously Rayman, potentially Rabbids, even Assassin's Creed, potentially. But no, Rayman, style-wise, art style, just moveset, I love the character. I'm not the biggest fan of the Rayman franchise and series, but I'm not going to deny he wouldn't make a great addition to the roster. So, yeah, if Ubisoft could only get one rep, and they still don't have any reps in Smash. Yes, Rayman's a spirit, but again, this video doesn't make sense. This video doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't matter for this video. If you want to see the character, and you were the one that got to choose, who would you choose? Rayman gets my pick. I'd like to see him as the Ubisoft rep. Now let's move on to Microsoft. Microsoft, this one is so easy for me. Look, I was ecstatic when we got Banjo-Kazooie. So happy that finally happened. But if Microsoft were to get one more rep, Master Chief, hands down. I'm not going to pass that up. I'm a bigger Gears of War fan than I am a Halo fan. But no, Master Chief, I'm just saying, for Microsoft franchises, who could pass this up? Who doesn't want to see Master Chief in Smash? I guess some people are going to be like, yeah, I don't care about Halo. Yeah, that's true. I can understand your point if you don't actually enjoy the series, sure. But at the same time, you can't argue that Master Chief gaining playable status in Smash Bros., that wouldn't be internet breaking itself. That would be absolutely huge. So my pick for this one, I gotta go Chief. If Microsoft gets one more rep, Chief, hands down. Let's talk indies now. Now there's some good contenders here, and This one kind of came down to two characters for me. It came down to Shantae, who I ultimately settled on, and it was she. And the other pick that I was kind of mulling over was Shovel Knight, but I think both characters fit extremely well in Smash Bros. Style-wise, moveset-wise, and plus the fact that we could potentially have a first ever playable indie rep. Kind of came down to who would I like to see more. My stance on Shantae has flipped, has done a 180 over the past year. I used to think she was a joke character. I always seen her getting mentioned with Goku and Shrek, so I was like, yeah, she's a joke character, but no, she's not. She really isn't. She does have great history with Nintendo. I mean, she started off on the Game Boy Color, if I'm not mistaken, even though I don't think her popularity really started to take off until Risky's Revenge. What was that, like 2010 or something like that? So, yeah, maybe the early days of Shantae might not have, been as popular as she is right now, made her as popular as she is right now, but there's no arguing. If Shantae got in, perfect. Plus, females, that's always another category I say that's a bit lacking on the roster, so female, perfect. First indie rep, awesome. Let's see it happen. Let's see it finally happen. Next up, Koei Tecmo. Now, there's this one was so easy for me, hands down. Ryu Hayabusa, my guy, my ninja. He's the guy I want to see. This is a character that I've been a fan of for a long time. It's not one of those, he's been in sort of recent leaks, so let me jump on the bandwagon. No, I love the design of the character. I love the potential playstyle of the character. I got excited back when PlayStation All-Stars was announced. There was a fake leak that went around that had a silhouette of what looked to be Ryu Hayabusa in the background holding his sword, and I got so excited for that. I was like, yeah, playable Ryu Hayabusa finally. Obviously that didn't happen, so I was a little bit bummed with that, but potentially having Hayabusa in Smash Bros. Playable character status, I'm so excited. And then just to think of any of these characters getting an amiibo as well. I'm a big amiibo collector, so having a Ryu Hayabusa amiibo, having a Master Chief amiibo, a Waluigi, Smash Bros. Version of amiibo, Crash amiibo, you get where I'm going. I want to see it. I want it to happen. Hayabusa, all day. If Koei Tecmo only gets one rep, easy. Hayabusa gets my pick. Now, let's talk Bethesda. They got some great franchises. No doubt. They got some great franchises. They got Doom. They got Elder Scrolls. They got Fallout. They got other stuff. I mean, look, I love Fallout. Maybe not 76 too much. I still enjoyed it for what it was. Me and a buddy played it. But no, I think Doomslayer for me, at first, my opinion was kind of like a lot of people like, all right, play style wise, he doesn't fit too well. He's got the extreme violence attached to him, from the game that he comes from, obviously, just ripping apart and body parts everywhere, blood spewing everywhere. Yeah, that doesn't translate well into Smash Bros. But look, if you really think about it, that's just added effects to an attack, and you can take those added effects just out of Smash Bros. Because there's no room in that. That's not what Smash is all about. So you can still have Doom Guy with Doom Guy attacks, but without the added extra violence. So Doomslayer, I want to see this guy. I actually do. I'd probably even say about 7-8 months ago, it wasn't really a character I took too seriously, but the more, I guess you could kind of say I've jumped on the bandwagon, so to speak, but iconic character, been around for a long time, easy moveset to come up with, plus he's iconic. I want to see it. Bethesda, if you get a rep. I mean, Bethesda and Nintendo have talked about Smash before in the past. We don't know if there's ever a agreement or, what the extents of the talks were, but Bethesda, if you get a rep, Doomslayer would be my one and only pick. Now, the last company, EA, again, not everyone's favorite company. Not really my favorite company either, but since they bought up PopCap, what is that? Quite a few. I don't remember. I don't know exactly how many years ago, but when they bought up PopCap, I was a little worried at first. I was like, oh no, this could go bad. But I've liked what they've done. Garden Warfare franchise for the Plants vs. Zombies franchise, that has been one of my all-time favorite franchises now. Battle for Neighborville randomly dropped last month in September. The full releases a bit later in the month of October here. So if you haven't checked that out, look at it. It's such a fun game. Just a different take, shooter on Plants vs. Zombies. It's so fun. Plus, Pea Shooter kind of being the mascot would be excellent addition. He just has so much about him that you could do different sort of things. I mean, look at all these variants on screen. You have a regular pea shooter, you got fire, ice, you have toxic, you got like plasma, you got like a rock pea that would be, it deal a bit more damage. You have an electro pea. You got like all sorts of these different pea shooters. Not to mention, you can do like double pea shooters, so you can shoot 2 peas at once. You could do a triple. You could shoot forward and backwards. That'd be kind of maybe like a down smash in a way. So like it charges up and then fires off a pea, I guess a pea cannon like behind him and in front of him, just to kind of it'd cover forwards and backwards. Obviously, there's a lot you can kind of do with the moveset. I like the character. Do I expect this to happen? By no means do I expect EA to have a rep, let alone actually being pea shooter, but it's still somebody I want to see. I would love to see this character in Smash Bros. I mean, look, PopCap's a great studio, they just have great content. I love it. But that is going to be all my picks for today. So let me know down in the comments for all these companies that we talked about today. Nintendo, Bandai, Capcom, Square, Sega, Activision, Koei Tecmo. We got Indies, we got Microsoft, we had Ubisoft, we had EA, and I'm forgetting another one. I forget. Bethesda, there you go. For all those companies, who would you pick if you could only have one character per company? Who would it be? Let me know down in the comments. And if there's companies from other characters from those companies that you would rather see, let me know that down in the comments as well. This is fun. Settle it. You only get one. Only one character per company. Let me know. Anyway, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little sort of extra video just to settle it. You only get one. Make it count. All right. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.